left Los Roques with some great memories and the intention to return in the future and stay much longer. Maybe learn to salsa, practice our Spanish, and take a few cooking lessons from Nelly. We sailed west to a tiny little bunch of islands called Aves, and no prizes for guessing where they got the name Aves. The next day we jumped in the tender to go and check out the mangroves. It was a bit of a maze and we had to pay extra attention to which way we went to prevent us getting lost. We're in bird territory.
There is like a billion birds behind
I'm scared they're gonna start swooping. You can see the little baby birds, the fluffy ones, the white fluffy ones.
You drive into the tree.
Yeah. I was looking at the birds.
Elena told me that the outside reefs receive more nutrients and therefore house more fish, which has also been my experience. We went to spearfish the outside reef of Aves, but in the end deemed conditions too rough to attempt there. Hamstrung as we were, we stuck on the inside of the reef and hunted around. We didn't manage to get any fish, but we did get a few lobster. And then we were off again for an overnight sail to Bonaire. It was about 50 miles.
Where are we off to?
Hello. We just left Aves, heading to Bonaire, overnight sail. Conditions are
Extremely
nice.
present.
Did you say present?
I think I did, yeah.
Had some dinner, fish again, and reading a book. Settled down for the afternoon. Hey, check out the sunset.
Yes, doesn't that look present?
Said Father Emmerich to the ape, never ask me to come into this ball again.
Dance for me, baby.
We arrived early and had to tread water before making our way into the marina once the sun arose. The outboard was broken once again, which meant we couldn't get onto a mooring ball unless we wanted to swim our groceries back to the boat.
What the hell do you call that? Honestly, that's like a spaceship. Weird.
Sick.
Rouse is in bed this morning catching up on some sleep. He didn't get much last night. This morning I'm going to head into town and check us into the country, and I'm going to look for an outboard mechanic because ours has carked it once again. And yeah, upload the new movie and check out the town. Bonaire is the B in the ABC Islands, along with Aruba and Curacao. Bonaire is part of the Netherlands with a population of around 18,000 people. It's well known for its diving as it's extremely protected on the western side of the island, and underneath the surface is flourishing with coral reefs and a large abundance of marine life. I coincidentally asked the island's outboard mechanic for directions in town. We got talking and he then came by and took our outboard to have a look at it. We got it back a few days later and the problems were outlined via email. This is the email we got from Luti's wife. He opened the carb, which was loose from the intake manifold, and found to his surprise a piece of Yamaha rubber jammed into the idle airflow passages, along with water and contamination in the actual carb. The reason for the rubber piece is very much a mystery, but had been sized and placed there for a reason by someone. The water flow was restricted, the oil use in the motor was incorrect and more than twice as much as should be. Also, the manual choke had been installed backwards. LOL.
That wasn't me.
No, none of this was any of us, so yes.
It should be noted.
We got salty for the next few days and went free diving and scuba diving around the island. There are dozens of dive sites there and they're all very easily accessible.
A bad joke here apparently is that we just penetrated the Hilma Hooker. Isn't that right, Picasso?
Yep.
So what's the story behind the wreck?
Well, there was a storm and the boat, which the real name is not Hilma Hooker, was broken, some mechanical problem. So they had to stop at the island, and when the police gets on, they find a lot of drugs into the boat. So they were looking for, well, everybody, the captain went in jail and so on, but they were looking for the owner of the Hilma Hooker, and the paperwork was badly done, probably by purpose, and they couldn't find the owner. So what they decided to do, because it was anchored where the cruise ship were coming and it was deteriorating, they decided to bring the Hilma Hooker away from the cruise ship area, and they anchor it there, and at some storm the Hilma Hooker just sunk, and it became about 25 years ago a wreck, and now it's in the state that you will see on the movie.
Yes. Excellent.
Surrounded by groper.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Favourite part?
Favourite part was the huge underwater elephant that I saw. I don't know, it was a snapper or a groper or something.
We didn't capture it on camera.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. That was Riley's favourite spot and you're not going to get to see it. Favourite part and you're not going to get to see it.
We hired a scooter to go and check out the island. Elena made me pick the cool looking one, which incidentally was also the slowest. We did take it off road and we found a few cool little spots. We have arrived at the Bonaire Kayak Centre and it's closed.
It's closed.
Which, I mean, it could end up being a bit of a blessing in disguise because it's a kayak through a swamp
Lots of mosquitoes.
and we're predicting mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where you rock up and you're not so devastated that it's closed.
Oh well. Find something else to do.
Oui. On the weekend in Bonaire it does get quite busy, it being a bit of a dive mecca. There are heaps of different places to go and have a drink, and we did go to quite a few of the pubs and restaurants there. Would you like to cross the road, sir? Not you, mate.
You a bit tired, mate? Big night. What have you been up to?
I suppose the most notable thing about Bonaire was the fact that we got recognised about like 20 times. We've been recognised in a few other places, which is fine. You know, people come up and say, "Oh, hey, I've seen you on YouTube" or whatever. But in Bonaire, it was like pretty crazy. It was happening very regularly. In the end, we sort of invited everyone via Facebook down to this place and all had a bit of a get together, a bit of a Sailing with Vagabond party.
You. We met a lovely Colombian couple, Alejandro and Tama, who had lived on the island for a while now. They shared some really cool underwater cave sites with us. Luckily neither of us were claustrophobic or it would have made it really difficult to reach the water, but we eventually made it through to a clearing and jumped in. How did you find this place, Alejandro?
When I first got to the island, there was somebody working with the caves
Yeah.
and mapping them, and
Yeah.
they showed me around.
Oh yeah.
There is more than, I think, 300 or 400 caves on Bonaire.
Wow.
So we got to crawl through here?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's like a path already, but then at the end, you will find that all the stalagmites are there on the pad, so you will have them on your belly.
All right. What do you reckon? Yeah. Stalactites form when water-containing dissolved calcium bicarbonate from the limestone rock drips from the ceiling of a cave. Stalagmites are those ones that grow upward on the ground from the drips that fall to the floor. Limestone stalactites form extremely slowly, usually less than 10 centimeters every 1,000 years. Some stalactites found around the world are up to 190,000 years old, so Alejandra was understandably upset when we found a broken one. What kind of animals are in the
There are
water?
some nice creatures, small shrimps.
Yeah?
They just live here and they do not have much food, so
Yeah.
they will be looking for your feet.
Uh-oh.
You'll get a free pedicure.
Oh my god.
Also, sometimes we can see a fish. Yeah, it's a small fish that is on the process of losing the eyes, like evolution.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It cannot see very well.
We saw no sea life down there apart from a little shrimp looking creature, but we enjoyed breaking through the thick layer of limestone that was sitting on the surface of the water so we could push further on. You're covered in shit, Emma. Join us next time for our 3-day crossing to Colombia. We get to throw up the asymmetrical spinnaker for the first time since the Atlantic crossing, and then we run into some heavy weather closer to our destination of Santa Marta. Alright, it's time to click F9 again, and you know what that means. We're about to invite another patron on board, so let's see who the lucky patron is. Ready?
Yep.
Eric Rittenhouse. But I've just got to check on Patreon.
Check the status there. We've got a green light on Eric.
We do.
Welcome aboard, son.
Welcome on board and congratulations. Please get in contact with Riley and I, and we'll organise to have you on board.
This is so cool, mate.
This is very nice, yes.
Yeah, wow.
A little present from Bonaire.
That's so amazing, dude. Oh, cool. I don't know where to put it, but yeah. We'll definitely put it up somewhere.
Yes.
Thank you very much,
Very
Jimmy.
welcome.